Good morning guys, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be working on the S15. So I don't know if you guys remember, but the last drift day I did, we had a problem with the intake manifold snapping off. Here's a quick video of it. That hose, so there, it just broke. There you go. And what we did, oh shit, I forgot this bonnet doesn't go up like my 181. It's weird as. So I haven't actually gotten started at all on it. It's kind of just been put to the side and I haven't really worked on it, but now we're going to be working on it. Basically we're removing the intake manifold, everything around it. Got to remove the intercooled piping, and it's just down here. I'm probably going to just tap a new thread in it and put a bolt with some silicone, some like RTV silicone or something, some gasket goop, and go from there. So I'll pull this off now. Okay, cool. Everything is off all around it. It should just pop off now. I should have designed this intercooler piping a bit better, just because it's pushing on here. Usually when I loosen off the silicone coupling here, it's a lot freer, but I got to take the bar off, or I got to get under here and it's really tight, so it's annoying. But I should manage, because this just has enough room as you push there. Well, that's off. Where's that culprit? So if I just be careful. Alright, there it is there. That's that bit that snapped off. I actually thought this would be a great opportunity to tell you guys what's done to the S15. Since the intake manifold's half off, you can see the fuel rail and stuff. So I guess we'll start with the engine bay, because it's the good stuff. I'll start with the cold side. So the fuel pump's a Walbro 525 in-tank pump. All the lines have been changed to, I think I put, it's Aeroflow 400 series. It's the E85 safe hose, but you know, they say it and I don't really trust it. After about 6 months, it started cracking on the outer surface. It still seems to hold up fine, but yeah. So yeah, we got the Walbro pump, followed by the FPR 1200 by TurboSmart, rated for 1200 horsepower, so they say. I've got the BPP top feed fuel rail kit, running the 1650cc Bosch injectors, top feed injectors. To the motor itself, it's got about 165,000 kilometers on the block. The block is all standard. Everything from the head down is standard. And then going up, I'm running a Cosworth 1.1mm head gasket. In the head, it's running HKS 256 intake cam with a 264 exhaust cam. I'm just trying to think. It's got it's got upgraded valve springs in that. I think they're Tomei. So also got Tomei rocker stoppers. Lifters are standard S15 ones. I think there's other things in it, but I can't remember on top of my head because this motor was done about a year and a half ago. I did keep the VCT solenoid. Apparently it helps a lot. Coming up to my coil packs, they're R35 GDR coil packs, the Hitachi ones. So they help out a lot. I actually was running the standard S15 coil packs, but they started misfiring at the dyno, on the dyno session, so I upgraded to these. I am running the Tomei baffled sump kit, if you know what that is. Coming on to the hot side, I'm running a 6-boost spaghetti manifold, I think they call them, which is holding up pretty well. I got a genuine Garrett GT3071. It's actually not a Gen 2 or anything, it's not a GDX, it's the original GT3071. So it would be a bit more laggier than the turbos out today. On the front, running just a 3-inch intake, followed by the Z32 airflow meter. Let me think. Got 2-inch intercooler piping on the hot side as opposed to 3-inch on the intake. I forgot to mention that the fuel system's straight E85. It's not flex or anything, just straight. Running the Nismo thermostat, opens up at 62 degrees. Haven't really noticed it to be better, but yeah. Followed by cooling, I do have the GK Tech fan, which pulls a lot more air and it's a lot louder on idle. This is the GK Tech catch can. Got the Coil Rad radiator. Let me think. So this is a bit of a drag, but yeah, if you like engines, you'd be okay with this. But the rocker cover is actually the stock S15 one. Usually it says Nissan and 16 valve up the top. I actually was bored one day and I grinded it down and then polished it up. It was a lot more shinier, but it's obviously gotten dull. Got the GK Tech clear cast cover. Obviously silicone hoses and stuff. I guess we should move to the more important stuff. Trust ready front mount intercooler. Got a little eBay special intake here that goes just below the pod filter here. I still need to box this in. I've been lazy, I haven't done it. With coilovers actually. I'm running BC BR golds. They seem to be good. Running up front on the brakes, just standard discs. With Intima Type D brake pads. They stop really aggressively. I did forget to add, there's probably a lot of little things I've missed actually on the car, but one of the things that is probably good for you S15 people is the throttle body I have on this is actually from a S14. They're slightly bigger, sorry, an NA S14. Obviously the S15 one is slightly smaller. I'm not exactly sure how much smaller, but if you jump on Google and do your research, the NA S14 throttle body is much better, and will make more power up top as well. I am running a Nismo power brace, which is just basically a bar welded in the middle and some strengthening welded into it. Every arm on the front is GK Tech. Just if you can imagine that. I wish I had a hoist right now to show you. Nismo side indicators. Got the Spec R. It's the Spec R model. The Spec R side skirts. Coming into the car. Got the Greddy oil pressure gauge. When the oil pressure, you can set it to a low enough percentage, it'll beep at you. It's a pretty loud beep too, which is really good. It saved me a few times on previous cars, not this one. Got the Nismo cluster. I actually had the Spec B cluster, which is the orange cluster, and some guy online I saw they were going crazy for those orange clusters, and I didn't like the look of the orange cluster just because it's a rarer one and whatever, people love them. So I was like, if someone swaps me their Nismo one, I'll swap them for my B-Spec one, which is the orange one. And this guy inboxed me and he's like, hey man, I'll buy you a brand new Nismo cluster from Japan. Give me your details. Let me send it to you. And I was like, wait, you want to send that to me first, and then once I receive it, I'll send you my B-Spec one? He's like, yeah, sure. Yeah, I want to do that. And I was like, okay. It was too good to be true, but which I thought, and I'm like, okay, I'll take it. So I gave him my address and details. I did a bit of a stalk on him, so he seemed okay. And yeah, within I think 3 weeks, the Nismo cluster arrived at my door, brand new, in the box from Japan. So I messaged him, I'm like, hey man, I just received it, I'll install it now, and I'll send you the B-Spec one. So, and that's how I got this Nismo one. Even though I think the B-Spec one is now worth more, but I do know the Nismo cluster could be, no, it is. It 100% is discontinued now. So these are going up in price too. So that was really, really good because I like the Nismo one a lot better. Coming here, my friend got me this in Japan. It's the Yashio factory shift knob. Yes, I put the sticker on a bit awkwardly. It needs to be there, but yeah. With the shift boot as well, which is really nice. I got the Broadway mirror. This I actually got at Wreckers. That same Wreckers that I got the diff. And it's got a Japanese couple on it that I've just left. I thought it was pretty funny. My cousin actually did a, what do you call it? Like a translation on your phone, and it came up with like Haka and Taka, their names or something, or Taka, I can't remember, but it was something like that, one of their names. Coming down, I can't show you, but the ECU I'm running is a Nistune ECU. I was running a Power FC, I love Power FCs, but unfortunately I kind of blew up the Power FC and I had to run my spare Nistune that I had. Here's a little Snorlax my friend got me as a gift from Japan. What else? I think that's it. I'm running standard seats. Handbrake drift button. Oh, for the handbrake, that reminded me. So I've got it's a GK Tech handbrake button, $10 thing, but it helps a lot. You know, you can do that and lock it whenever. But it also, I've got the GK Tech extended handbrake, GK Tech handbrake extenders, which the levers on the handbrake are usually that big, and then the GK Tech ones are like that big. So it's just more leverage to pull the handbrake, which helps a lot. I noticed it helped heaps. Oh, I didn't even talk about the main thing. It's got a Nardi Torino steering wheel. Got this off my friends. It's the perforated leather one. Yes, it's real. It's really nice. Also, if you're running, I'm not running an upgraded boost controller, boost gauge. If you're gonna be running more boost, I'd suggest you upgrade your boost gauge, because I'm running 20 PSI and this only goes to 1 bar, and I tried drawing to 1.5 bar, but it caps out at 1 bar, so that was silly, but I thought it was quite funny. That's also a Totoro, little baby Totoro there. That's everything inside the cabin, I think. I also got a fire extinguisher mount here by Art, which is pretty cool. They're Melbourne based, this guy. I forgot his name, sorry. Now it's stuck. If you watch Final Fantasy or play the games, that's Yuna there doing some spirit healing thing. I used to play it back when I was a kid. Let's open the boot. At the back, I think I'm just running random pads I had, but all the arms in the back are also GK Tech, as well as the braided brake lines. They're GK Tech as well. If we come to the boot, I think there's nothing special in here. There's umbrella. I already talked about the fuel pump. I did hardwire the fuel pump. It's got its own relay, and it's just always constantly on, because originally the fuel pumps run off I think a voltage switch or something like that, and on idle they drop pressure, or they drop voltage, sorry. Some stickers, make sure you friendly drive. Nice up garage sticker. Coming under the car, the diffs from an R33. It's a R200 there, 4.1 ratio, welded. Got the 5-bolt half shafts. Exhaust is a full 3-inch, middle muffler, center muffler, or middle, yeah, same thing. And just this cheap eBay Canon that I bought. It was like 80 bucks and I welded it on. Got the eBay special taillights. I don't like them as much anymore. I might swap back to the original ones. I do have them boxed away. Ah, yeah, so gearbox. Gearbox is the stock 6-speed. I'm running the stock 6-speed gearbox. It's been holding up well. I do the oil changes regularly. The clutch is a Exceedy heavy duty clutch. They're about 500 bucks. And that's holding up to the power this is making, it's making 309 kilowatts, which is 412 horsepower or something like that. So that's pretty good. Although the tune is done by Checkered Tuning in Melbourne. He did more of a linear tune, like a bit more laggier, just to save the gearbox and the components, and because of stock bottom ends, which helps a lot, because I've heard that it's the torque that blows your gearboxes and bottom ends that when it ramps onto boost. So it's a bit more linear. But yeah, it's a really good setup, as you saw in my drift video. You know, it doesn't cost too much, or I guess these days it will, to buy a S15. But back in the day, I'd consider this a pretty basic setup. There's not too much done. Everything was done by me. I put it all together. And yeah, oh, the boost controller, I just seen that now. It's running just a manual boost tee. Just adjust it on that. Even though it does have a HKS adjustable actuator too, old school one on it. Okay guys, thank you for watching. I'm going to wrap up this video here, and I'll continue the intake manifold in probably the next video. So thanks again for watching. Like and subscribe, it really helps, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See you guys later. Brick by brick, I